Hello students, I am Dr. Meenakshi Maho, Assistant Professor Zoology, Sri Samliaji Government College, Mandafia, Chittorgarh. Today I am going to discuss hormonal theory of sex determination and gynandromorphs. First of all, what is sex determination? It is a biological system which decides the sexual characteristics of an organism or offspring. It actually helps to determine whether the organism will be male or will be a female. Hormonal control theory of sex determination says that hormones play an important role in sex determination. There are two examples of this theory: sex reversal and free Martinism. Sex reversal. It was first reported in Chick by Crew. He observed that egg-laying hen accidentally lost its ovary, stopped laying eggs, and developed male characters such as male plumage, male comb, testes, etc. He explained that it is due to the hormones secreted by the gonad. Actually, what happened when the ovary was lost, the production of female hormones were stopped. After some time, the rudimentary testes, which are found in all birds, started functioning, and the male hormone resulted in the appearance of male characters. This type of sex reversal can also be seen in man and other mammals. In man, if gonads are removed before puberty, it will result in the development of opposite secondary sexual characters. So, this is a sex reversal. Now, free Martinism. It is also known as hormonal intersex cattle. It was reported in cattle by Lilly. He found that when twins of opposite sex are born, the male is normal but the female is sterile with male characters. Such sterile female with male character is called as free martin. How did it happen? In cattle, male and female twins are attached to the same placenta in mother womb. The twin fetus share common blood circulation. The production of male hormones takes place earlier than the female hormone. Hence, the male hormone passes into the female fetus body and develops male characters before the onset of female hormone. And because of this, developing female would be sterile. So it is free Martinism. Sex reversal and free Martinisms are both the examples of hormonally developed sex determination. Now, gynandromorphs. What are gynandromorphs? It is a sex mosaic, that is, an individual with male and female parts. Uh, this type of gynandromorphism is very common in silk moth, honeybee, and Drosophila. It was first described in Drosophila by Morgan and Bridges. There are three kinds of gynandromorphs: bilateral, anterior posterior, and sex pile bolts. What are bilateral gynandromorphs? Actually, in this type of gynandromorphism, male characters are present on one lateral side of the body and the female characters can be seen on other side of the body laterally. So here you can see there is a Malayan jungle nymph. If we see it's laterally, we see that half body part is different and other half body part is different. It is a brown and it is a green in color. This type of bilateral gynandromorphism is also found in Drosophila. Now, anterior posterior gynandromorphism. In this anterior part possess male characters and posterior side of the posterior side of the part possess female characters, or it may be vice versa. See, half anterior part is different from half posterior part. If this black portion is female, then the posterior portion will be male. But if the posterior part of the body shows female characteristics, then anterior will be male. So it is a anterior posterior gynandromorphism. Now, sex piboles. They are the organisms which have patches of tissues of opposite sex and which are scattered in the whole body. This type of sex piboles present in many organisms. It can be seen in ball python. So here you can see there are some patches. These patches are of opposite sex. Why gynandromorphism occurred? It is because of non-disjunction of X chromosome. Actually, in Drosophila, sex is determined using the XXXY sex determination system, in which females have two X chromosomes and males have one X chromosome and one Y chromosome. Bilateral gynandromorphy in Drosophila occurs when there is a spontaneous analogous loss of an X chromosome during the first mitotic division in female zygote. So how it happens, we will see over here. So this is a zygote. Okay. Here you can see this is a XX, W and W plus. Okay. Genes that determine eye and body colors are found on the X chromosomes. So it should be noted. So in the case of eye color, the original zygote was heterozygous. See, for the gene controlling eye color, it has recessive allele or a gene variant for white eyes on one X chromosome and the wild type allele for red eyes. So W plus is for red eyes and W white is for white eyes. So during mitosis, one of the W plus bearing X chromosome is lost, and so cells derived from XO nucleus will carry only the white eye gene. See, here you can see another X chromosome is lost. Okay, so therefore it will give rise to one eye, one white eye. The other eye is heterozygous for the eye color gene, but since W is recessive, the eye will be red by virtue of also carrying the wild eye W plus. So loss of X chromosome can also occur after the first mitotic division, in which case the animal will be a mosaic gynandromorphs having patches or regions that are male instead of the stark left-right division of male and female body plans. So cells with X chromosome will develop male characters. See this, while the cell with two X chromosome from the body part having female characters, and one eye will be white and another eye will be red. So it is non-distinction of X chromosome. There is a one more theory, that is a retention of polar nucleus in the egg. It is not much common. Actually, in silkworm, female is XY. During meiosis, X and Y get separated, either of one X or Y going to egg and polocyte. But sometimes polar body nucleus remains in the egg along with the egg nucleus. Thus, these eggs will be a binucleate, that is a XY. And as a result of fertilization, two sperm cells which contain X fuse with XY chromosome separately, and it will give rise to male, that is XX, and the female XY tissue respectively. So this is a retention of polar nucleus in the egg. There is a one more type of sex determination which is controlled by environment. It can be observed in rotifers, annelids, mollusks, arthropoda, etc. Here I am taking example of Bonilla viridis. Actually, this larva is hermaphrodite, but develops into a female when kept isolated. Means if they are living uh, alone without any other female, then it will be, or male or female, then it will be a female. And one more thing, when newly has young one are kept in water containing mature female, they develop into female if it is attached to the substratum. Means substratum is the ball containing water, or it can be sea floor as well, no? Or any floor. If they are attached to the floor, then they develop into female. But they develop into male if they are attached to the proboscis of female. So newly has young one will be a female if it attaches to the substratum or bottom of the container or the flow, but they develop into male if they are attached to the proboscis of female. So it is environmentally controlled sex determination. Thank you.